We have all seen it happen. 30 energetic children are bouncing off the walls, and then a single veteran teacher steps through the door. Instantly, the chaos melts into a quiet, focused rhythm. When you watch someone command a room with that kind of effortless control, it is easy to assume they were born with a gift. We tend to view excellent teaching as an innate talent, rather than a deliberately built step-by-step skill. For a long time, the education system actually agreed with that assumption. The historical model of teacher training was strictly sink or swim. We handed new graduates a degree, pushed them into a classroom on day one, and expected them to perform without practical support. The flaw in that old approach was the distance between the textbook and the real world. Trainees studied abstract theories about how students learn and behave in quiet libraries, completely divorced from the physical, noisy reality of an actual school.
Today, academic institutions take a different path. Universities now treat teacher education as a structural, architectural process rather than a theoretical guessing game. Producing a great educator is no longer a genetic lottery. It is the direct result of a meticulously engineered, predictable framework. Modern programs start with a phase called the foundation. Here, trainees establish the critical academic logic of how human brains process, organize, and retain information. But theoretical foundations alone cannot protect a new teacher when a lesson plan falls apart. To survive the classroom, trainees need a training concept known as scaffolding. Think of scaffolding as a temporary, highly structured safety net wrapped about the trainee. It provides immediate support to keep them secure while they practice. This enables the primary structural change of the modern framework. Theory and classroom practice are now executed simultaneously, rather than separated by years of study. Because trainees are placed in real classrooms on their very first day, while fully supported by this framework, they can begin adjusting to the real classroom environment long before they are expected to lead it alone. This scaffolded approach is designed to merge high-level academic theory with the unpredictable, high-stakes reality of teaching children. To see how this practical application actually works, imagine the sequence of a new teacher's training modules as ascending the floors of a building under construction. Floor 1 is strict observation. The trainee sits silently in the room, shadowing a veteran teacher strictly to identify the theoretical blueprints happening in real time. Floor 2 is co-teaching. The trainee takes over a fraction of the lesson, while the veteran manages the overall structure. Floor 3 is micro-teaching. The trainee executes short, self-contained lesson modules, operating in a highly controlled, low-stakes environment. Immediate feedback is crucial at this stage. It allows mentors to spot microscopic structural errors, like confusing instructions or poor timing, and correct them before they harden into bad habits. These specific tiered modules do one specific job. They isolate individual variables. A trainee masters one moving part at a time before safely compounding them into a full, complex lesson. Eventually, a critical turning point arrives. As the new teacher's competence and structural integrity solidify, the training program intentionally begins stripping away the support. This leads to the final training phase, the intensive student teaching residency. The safety net drops, and the trainee takes total, unaided command of the classroom. When you look at the immense confidence of this modern resident, the contrast with the panicked, unsupported graduate from the old system is stark.
Modern teacher education replaces blind leaps of faith with carefully architected blueprints and deliberate, supervised practice. If you are a trainee right now, take a breath. You are not expected to have all the answers on your very first day. You only need the willingness to follow the process. By trusting the blueprint and leaning heavily on the academic scaffolding, any dedicated novice can systematically build themselves into the master teacher we observed at the very beginning.